Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gashi's Kaman TV, the tourist mind Black Africa. Last Sunday, that was yesterday, there were demonstrations in Nairobi. I want to opine in this channel that the demonstrations were peaceful. I want to opine in this channel that there was no destruction of property. I want to opine in this channel that the demonstrators were peaceful, the demonstrators were harmless, the demonstrators were curling twigs, Kenyan flags, handkerchiefs, and bottled water. Why am I driving this point? I'm talking about tomorrow because the same group of people, that is the millennial and Gen Z generation, have called out Kenyans to occupy everywhere on Tuesday. It is called Occupy Everywhere. The roads, everywhere. That is according, if everything goes as what these people have been saying in the social media. Ladies and gentlemen, the question that we should ask today, if the demonstrators could hold peaceful demonstrations on Sunday, what happens? What makes these demonstrations violent? Like now tomorrow, most likely utaona mambo mengi. Like what happened last Thursday, we saw destruction of properties. Yet we know that our youth are people who are peace-loving. In fact, I today talked to a number of youth, and I wanted to engage them and maybe find out what they want. And one thing I realized about them is that they are peaceful. Only that they feel that they have been left out when it comes to the sharing of the national cake. They feel that the government has been practicing nepotism, kwamba mtu anaajiri watoto wake, anawatuma hata mataifa ya Bali wajinufaishe wao na familia zao. Wengine wanaajiri majirani zao, forgetting about other people. Even yesterday, when William Samoei Ruto had a media interview, he said that he had secured 500 jobs for youth in Sogoi. So you ask yourself, what about the other Kenyan youth? These are the kind of mapendeleos that is hurting the youth, that is annoying the youth. So I want us to make a number of conclusions here. Number one, the youth of the Gen Z have been infiltrated. They have been infiltrated by the goons or the government or the NIS guys. These are the only group of people who can infiltrate peaceful demonstrations. Number two, I want us also to make a conclusion that Kenyan youth are peaceful, right from the word go. Even from the beginning, the demonstrations were peaceful. Number three is that when you see the youth, when you see the Gen Z generation and the millennial guys, anytime they are demonstrating, they are not armed. They are armless. They are not carrying any weapons. The only weapon is the bottled water and the flag. So we can only make a conclusion that these goons who are destroying properties are not Gen Z. I don't want you to look at their way of dressing, listen to their language. It will tell you that these are not the youth. These are not Gen Z and the millennial guys. Ladies and gentlemen, why do you think the youth have been infiltrated? I want to put a number of reasons why, in my view, I strongly believe that there are some reasons that have made even the government. I strongly believe these people ni watu ambao wametumwa na serikali. Najua serikali inaweza kufanya chochote. If you remember what Mike Mbuvi Sonko one day told us about wakati wa maandamano, vile ambavyo serikali ilikuwa inatuma watu waende wakachome magari. Then you agree with what I'm saying here. So why is it that the Gen Z demonstrations have been infiltrated? Number one, the objective is for William Samoei Ruto to justify the use of the military. Without the military on the road, Kenyan youth would storm State House. If they manage to overrun the policemen and entered at the heart of registration, that is our Kenyan parliament, I know they are capable of going to State House. But with the military, it may be very, very difficult. With the military on the roads, with the hardware, I know some of us would argue, but the way I know the military, unless they want to cooperate with the youth. So William Samoei Ruto want to justify the continued presence of the military on our towns, on our streets, on our estates. Number two, in my view, is that these goons have an assignment. They have been sent even to harm. You know, definitely. They have been sent to harm some people who are participating in the demonstration. Deliberately so, to achieve the third objective. You know, when they start harming people, because I believe if those people who are killed, although they are killed by the policemen, there are others who are even policemen, and they are wearing police uniform, or some of them, they have been maybe given weapons by the government to shoot some of these people. I don't think any sane policeman would shoot an armless person because they are fighting with their children. But the goons can be able to do this. And once this happens, they are capable of reducing the number of people who are participating in the demonstrations. Also, these deaths are very much deliberate. They know without the goons infiltrating the demonstrations, there will be no death, and the turnout will be very high. So to diffuse the turnout, or to reduce the turnout, they ensure some of the youth are hurt. It is so much deliberate. The other one is to create fear. They want to create fear among the youth. And that's why you see the youth have been saying, we lose their fear, they lose their power. That's why you have heard the Gen Z saying this. Because they know very well that the government intention is to create fear among the youth so that they stop coming out, so that the parents can also stop some of these people. But if you ask me, these guys are unstoppable. It's a movement that is unstoppable. Again, they also want to reduce the frequency. And if you look at it very keenly, they look like they are achieving this objective of the frequency. Initially, the Gen Z had come up with 7 days of demonstration, action plan, action-packed days. But now when you look at it, the Gen Z is talking about Tuesday and Thursdays. So you see now, you have only 2 days. So they want to reduce the frequency, and once they reduce the frequency, they are able to achieve the demonstrations. I don't know what you think, ladies and gentlemen, but from where I sit, the government has infiltrated these demonstrations. And even those social media platforms where people are meeting, especially in X, you see some of the guys who are talking. They are NAS guys. I don't know what you think, but please like the video, share, comment, and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.